I'm joined now late on Tuesday afternoon by Clinton Pillay of M&G Investments. Clinton, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much and good afternoon, Leon.
So this is interesting. Everyone talks about these face-to-face, in-person conferences, about getting to reconnect and meeting new people and seeing faces of old. And you just walked into our studio now and was like, whoa, I remember you. So it is definitely the case. We get to reconnect with so many people. So how have you found the time here at the conference?
Yeah, thank you very much, Leon. I think it was fantastic walking into the door and to see you again. For those who don't know, I worked with Leon Kreling at Investment Solutions. And it was really fantastic to meet you in person again. It goes through and speaks to what you mentioned in terms of engaging with the existing clients, potential clients, and then, with the colleagues that you've met in the industry and that you've worked with in the same teams. It's very interesting to follow them, their career paths, have meaningful conversations in terms of what they're doing with their businesses. And really sharing those insights even as competitors and being collegial to each other. I think it's been a fantastic initiative over the last 2 days, and I've certainly enjoyed it.
Well, that's good. And you guys have got a stand, Joe, is that correct?
Yeah, we do. So we have a stand, M&G Investments, and really looking just to engage with the existing clients, potential clients, and really have meaningful conversations with trustees, where we can help them to make informed decisions, not just on a professional level, but on a personal level as well. Really looking to build those deep and meaningful relationships with people and trustees.
So, Clinton, what is your role at M&G?
I co-head up the institutional business area together with my colleagues. So essentially looking after our institutional clients, focusing on new business as well, and really trying to grow the business locally as well as globally. But really to achieve meaningful outcomes for our clients. For me, it's very important in terms of the DNA of a particular asset manager. Why do clients buy M&G Investments? It really speaks through our risk approach in terms of being risk conscious. And so that DNA, we've consistently applied our investment philosophy and process over more than 30 years now in the South African market.
So it's interesting. I was sharing a story with someone earlier of a certain Mr. Graham Mason, who you all know well. I think he's still your chairman, is that right?
So actually had a farewell for Graham last week. So Graham founded the Prudential Investment Managers then in South Africa in 1994. So quite an auspicious year given the history of our country. Graham remained on as initially a CIO, CEO of Prudential. He then moved to Asia and then to the UK as well. Graham formally retired a few years ago, but continued to remain as chairman of M&G Investments. And at the end of September this year, finally retired, and he's been a formidable for the business.
Absolute stalwart. And so the story that I was telling is he came to see, when I was an investment consultant, the head of our investment consulting division, who was an actuary, a bit of an old school actuary, and he was turned away and told to come back in 3 years when he had a track record. And this was essentially Prudential, the mighty Prudential coming into South Africa. So it shows you some of the challenges asset managers ultimately face. Prudential then turned into M&G. Explain that evolution for our viewers.
So, Prudential was established in 1994, predominantly an SA-based business linked to Prudential in the UK. At some point, M&G Investments owned 75% of Prudential Investment Managers, so it wasn't a new relationship. And they then acquired 50.1%, 50.12% of M&G Investment Managers, and as part of the global group now, we really have a formidable suite of products to offer to investors, not just locally but globally, which speaks through Regulation 28. How that's evolved over time, and essentially looking for clients to diversify their portfolios and really that's what we look to bring to the market, is to be a truly global organization where we leverage off our resources globally. Especially if you think about multi-asset products, how do you choose global equities residing in South Africa? And we're really able to leverage off our various teams around the globe, whether it's Asia, London, the UK.
Okay. So you can't even watch the tennis these days without M&G popping up every few minutes. So you've become a very well-known brand in South Africa. You now have a new CEO as well that joined. Is it still this year? I'm trying to think how quickly time's gone by.
This year.
So how is Anne bedding down, and how are things going with the new CEO?
Leon, from Investment Solutions, you would recall that Anne Pillay was joined the team, headed up the manager research. So I've worked with Anne previously, and again, fantastic to have her in our business since February this year. It's the first time that our business, whether it's Prudential or M&G Investments, has a female CEO. Mm-hmm. So really bringing in that diversity, which is fantastic for not just for our company but for the asset management industry. It's something that our industry struggles with, whether it's in the investment team in terms of the number of black, female, or male portfolio managers. And it's really a fantastic people's person which has come into the business. It's been a phenomenal journey for me this far, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay, well, good. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for attending the IRFA conference and always supporting IRFA. And it's fantastic to personally see you again.
Yeah, thank you very much, Leon. And I trust, I've learned a lot in terms of the engagement with clients. And I trust that the trustees that attended the conversation this year, the content was very relevant. And I hope that it helps them to make informed decisions and better decisions ultimately for their funds going forward.
I'm sure they did, and it's compliments again to all of the supporters that have been here doing talks and sharing information amongst their peers and competitors in order to ultimately assist trustees in that endeavour.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed the last 2 days.
Great, thank you.
Cool, pleasure.
Cheers then.
Cheers.